Over the past 6 months, we've seen redesigns of all 6 main cast members in Hazbin Hotel. We got to see the new designs of Charlie, Alistair, Angel Dust, Vaggie, Husk, and Nifty. In this video, I'm going to go through each new design, analyse all of the differences, and finally give a ranking at the end of which ones I liked the most. The first character to get a redesign was Charlie. Interestingly, her name was changed from Charlie Magny to Charlie Morningstar. Charlie was the only character out of the cast to receive a name change. Her original design featured a sleek and slender appearance. She had black eyes, rosy cheeks, and fangs. Her hair was tied up in a few hairbands. Her outfit consisted of a black bow tie, black suspenders, black trousers, and a red tuxedo top with black lapels. In her new redesign, there were some noticeable differences. Her eyes are now red rather than black. Her trousers and lapels are red to match her top. Her tuxedo top also features shoulder pads. Overall, I thought this design was alright. I'm not a fan of her new eye colour and her red pants. One of the main criticisms of the pilot was the overuse of the colour red. Charlie's design now utilises the colour too much, and I think it got rid of some of the colour contrast that set her out from other characters in the show. The second character to get a redesign was Alistair. In his old design, he wore a red pinstripe suit, red trousers, and a monocle. He also held his signature sentient vintage style microphone staff. He had red eyes, yellow sharp teeth, and red and black hair with 2 antlers pointing out. His suit also had tatters at the bottom to show its age. Following the trend of Charlie, Alistair's redesign changes some of his features, but maintains the core identity of the character. His staff has a white part to it, his lapels are also white. His hands are now darker along with his hair. That's all the main differences in Alistair's new design. I like this new design. Alistair is such a unique silhouette, and I think the team wanted to maintain that with as little changes as possible. His design still does utilise a lot of red though, so that may be a little problematic in the series if he's standing beside Charlie. The third, and arguably most well-known character of the bunch to get a redesign was Angel Dust. In his original design, Angel Dust was slender and feminine. He wore a striped tuxedo with a bow tie and long boots. His chest fluff is on full display. He also wears a set of pink gloves on all of his arms. The new design is similar to Alistair's in that very little changes. The main difference is that the stripes on his outfit are lighter than before. His gloves look slightly different, along with his coat chest area being black instead of hot pink. His chest fluff looks like it got a nerf, but it may just be the angle of the particular image. Overall, I like this design, since very little changed at all. Angel Dust had such an iconic look, so I'm happy that the team maintained that in the redesign. Up next, we have Vaggie. If you didn't know, Vaggie is meant to resemble a moth. She had long hair with pink eyes and a red X over one. She wears long stockings with a top hanging down on one shoulder. For Vaggie's new design, she has a red shirt rather than her old grey shirt. Her skirt is grey along with her tights being grey. Her hair looks sharper with pointed edges. Her bow looks longer and also has a different shade of red. Vaggie still has her collar and gloves too. Overall, I really like this design since it makes her fit in with the rest of the cast more. Since her outfit matches the cast, you can easily tell at a glance that she works at the hotel. I do miss her old outfit though. I really hope they bring it back as perhaps a casual outfit she wears when not working or while off duty. The fifth cast member to get a redesign was Husk. Husk was one of the characters cited commonly as being too overly busy in his design. He is a cat demon with a black top hat, red wings, and a red tail. He has 3 dots at the top of his chest to resemble buttons. He has black eyes with yellow pupils. Throughout his entire design, he has love hearts and poker related imagery. This is why many people complained about his design, since there was so much going on. Although the symbols are important for illustrating his backstory as a gambling addict who has been through bad relationships, it must have made it difficult for the animators to animate his scenes. In Husk's new design, he's had a couple small but noticeable differences. The first of which is that his ears have a different design. He's wearing suspenders, so he's no longer completely naked. He now has black parts on his eyebrows. His wings have also been simplified, featuring a more simplistic design with darker colours. In the image, he's behind a bar, so we can't see what the lower half of his body looks like, unfortunately. I like this redesign, since it simplified a complicated design while maintaining Husk's core personality and identity. The final redesign was Nifty. This redesign was special in that it announced a new character alongside Nifty. In Nifty's original design, she was depicted as a small one-eyed demon. She had red hair with a yellow section. Her outfits consisted of a red and white dress featuring a poodle and 3 blotches. She had dark red legs and arms along with a black scarf. In Nifty's new design, it cemented her as the hotel's maid and housekeeper. She's a uniform hairstyle, she has an apron, she's a wider torso, her eyes are a bit more red, she has black arms, her scarf is bigger and darker, her skin is now paler and has changed from yellow to white, and she has bigger and sharper teeth. Overall, the deeper shade of red across her design is better to help match the rest of the cast. I really enjoyed her redesign and I think it's the best one so far. I think Nifty's redesign had the most changes, and like Vaggie's, it's immediately clear what her role is in the hotel. This reveal was special in that another character was shown in the redesign image. This cat demon is called Key or Kiki, as Visipop revealed on Twitter. Kiki was an old Hazbin Hotel character that it was only featured in one drawing with the rest of the has-been crew. The cat's design is more or less identical to her old version. So with all the redesigns shown, it's time to talk about some of the things I like. The main one being that the cast has a more uniform design to them. You can now easily tell at a glance that they run the hotel, whereas before it looked like a couple random demons together. This will be good in the show as it will help contrast the cast against other Hellborn sinners. Another positive is that the designs look high quality and more simple. Husk's in particular was a huge upgrade because his old design was very complicated. Vaggie and Nifty had the most changes since their entire outfit changed. Nifty in particular, since her overall design was altered along with her skin color changing from yellow to white. On the other hand, there are some negatives. The first one being the overuse of the color red. I have an item in my Team Fortress 2 backpack that explains it pretty well, but the most used colors in the Has-Been Hotel pilot were red, black and white. This was a commonly cited criticism because it was difficult to tell what was going on at points, since the characters almost blended into the background. The new redesigns have likely made this problem worse. However, we'll have to wait and see whether or not this is an issue, since the show will have a much larger budget and more animators. The only design that I think was a downgrade was Charlie's. Her original design already worked well and conveyed that she was the owner of the hotel. There wasn't much of a need to change her eyes to red or her suit pants. It just adds to the problem I talked about earlier of the overuse of the colour red. There are also a number of characters who didn't receive redesigns, which is quite peculiar. These are Mimsy, Baxter and Crimini. They were all workers at the hotel, but since we didn't see them get redesigns, it basically confirms that they will be side characters. Other characters in the show, such as Serpentius, Cherry Bomb or the three overlords, haven't been redesigned yet either. This is speculation, but they might be revealed further down the line or in a Has-Been Hotel trailer. I'm excited to see what those side characters will look like. Cherry Bomb and Crimini especially had wonderful designs. Serpentius had similar problems with Husk in that his design was very complicated, so it'll be interesting to see how Vivzie solves that problem. As for the rankings, in S tier I placed Nifty. I think her redesign was the best and had the most positive changes. In A tier I placed Vaggie. Her redesign was a clear step up from the original and helped clarify her role in the show. I also placed Husk in A tier because his design was simplified and got rid of some of the issues that his original design had, plus he's no longer naked. In B tier I placed Alistair. His new design is good, but his design utilises a little too much red. Here's a wonderful fan design drawn by LovesArt23. This design is what I think Alistair should have looked like. He has a tail and the bone ribs on his outfit are a nice touch. They also did wonderful fan designs for Angel Dust and Vaggie, which look superb as well. So if you want to check out those posts, I'll have them linked in the description. Also in B tier was Angel Dust. Again, like Alistair, Angel Dust has a good design, but not much changed. They could have made him a bit more feminine or added more chest fluff, and I think it would have improved his design a lot. Lastly, in C tier is Charlie. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad design, I like it, but I'm not a fan of her new red eyes or the red pants. Compared to the other designs, I just think Charlie is the weakest of the bunch. So that's my review and rankings of all the new Has-Been Hotel redesigns. I can't wait to see who else we get to see in the future, or maybe the release of an official trailer. My rankings were just my personal opinion, so if you have any thoughts on the new designs, be sure to leave them down below in the comments. Special thanks to Iox for helping with the video. Thanks for watching, bye.